Hi guys, this is the third episode of this review of the Tesla Model S. In this episode I'm going to focus on the large center screen that really made, one of the things that made Model S famous. So in the center of the screen, between the driver, where the traditional, dashboard or center console, whatever you want to call it, is this huge 17-inch touch screen. There are very few buttons in the car, really. You have this little button for the glove compartment, this little emergency hazard light switch. Other than that, you have a couple of switches on a couple of buttons on the steering wheel, power windows. Otherwise, everything is touch controlled right from the center screen right here. And they did a nice job laying it out. It gives you pretty much all the information you need all at a glance. Along the top row here, you have your temperature, outside temperature, your battery charger. Whenever you touch something, you can see what's going on there. So by touching the battery, it shows you how much range it has. Again, this is not fully charged. It's because it's set on standard range. You can schedule charging, which I don't know if my utility company has a lower rate in the middle of the night, but I'm told that I can take advantage of the lowest rate for electricity for charging by scheduling it, and I have it scheduled at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now this car, it only takes, for the range that I drive about 60 miles a day. It only takes about an hour to, an hour and a half to charge it. And it happens in the middle of the night, so I really don't know. I really don't notice anything. I plug it in every night. It's almost like having your own gas station at home and then just plug it in whenever you want. You have a home link button here that controls your garage door openers. Now, one nice thing that I noticed that this little menu is GPS controlled. So whenever I pull up to the house, when I'm close by, it knows the car is approaching home, and this little menu pops up, so you don't have to click it to control your garage door. It automatically comes up for you. You have the driver profiles saved here. I played with the seats a little bit, so it's asking me, do I want to restore or save the new settings? I'm going to hit restore, and now my steering wheel is moving back, my seats are moving back. You can save multiple profiles in here. I didn't see a limit on how many profiles you can save, so maybe it's more than the standard 2 or 3. Maybe you can have an unlimited version. I never, tried to test the limit. Touching the Tesla icon, you see basically the configuration of the car. It's a 60 kilowatt Model S here. Bluetooth, you can because it's this huge touchscreen, everything is very intuitive to control. Some other, you don't really have to do any guesswork. Everything is laid out here for you. You basically just follow the menu prompts, and it will do the job for you. 3G, I'm getting okay 3G signal here. The 3G connection, I gotta tell you, is not that fast. For the times that I try to use it, the map, everything works, okay? It works, but there's a big difference between, something works and something works great. This 3G connection is really something I think they need to upgrade to 4G or LTE, or maybe there's 5G coming out, whatever the thing is. Plus, this is the only connection to the internet. It doesn't have Wi-Fi, so there's no other means. You can't tether it to your phone in case your phone has faster connection. It's kind of locked in to this built-in 3G. Anyway. We have a separate episode coming up to talk about all the things that I wish the car has, and that's one of them, and we'll cover those, in a separate episode. The two big areas here, you can drag and drop your apps to either one of these places. So if I take the nav and drop it down, then the top half of the screen is going to show the navigation. And here's the map of Google Maps. You can take the web browser, drop it to the bottom, and now you can surf the internet. Okay, to give you an idea of how fast this 3G works, it's okay. You know, it gets the job done in a pinch, but by no means it's not fast enough. Okay, it's definitely not fast enough. All right. So you have the media, which is your, whether you want radio, the standard radio, the internet radio. There's a ton of internet radio stations here that you can play. Connected devices, your favorites, which includes your radio stations. Your favorite radio stations are all controlled from the touch screen. Recently played. Your favorite menu is also up here. Recently played, and then here you have your equalizer. This equalizer is awesome. Okay, first you have your standard bass, mid and treble, and then but the fade and balance to position the sound in the car. You just move it to the seat. You move it to the driver, or move it to the back corner here, and then the sound will move. Basically, it'll adjust the balance and everything for you. Now I'm going to reset it back. It worked really nice. There is basically all the available sources for playing music. Navigation, I already mentioned, basically it's all based on Google Maps. Google Maps comes with traffic, so you do have traffic indication right on the map. You can do the satellite view. There is a day mode and a night mode. Of course, it's during daylight now, so it's only showing the daylight colors, but at night it kind of changes to a darker view, so it's easier on the eye. You can touch and pinch, kind of like an iPhone or iPad, move it around like that. You can also zoom in and zoom out by using those two buttons. That button kind of, if your current location is outside of the map, touching that will bring you back here. Yeah, and then let's say if I want to do a search, traditionally, with a regular navigation, let's say in my Infinity, I would have to go through the voice prompts and go through the street address and blah blah blah. Here, all I need to do is type in what I want to search. Okay, so I just type in the location of whatever I want to search. I hit enter, boom, it comes up just like the Google Maps on your iPhone on your computer. You touch where you want to go. It's going to ask you, do you want to navigate to it, or do you want to call? Now, of course, if you press call, it's going to make the call for you. Here, I'm going to go navigate, and what happens now is, you have this, you still have the map in this area. You have a little indicator here that tells you the upcoming streets and how much time you have left and the normal navigation stuff. And on the screen, now notice this map is north up, okay? This map always stays north up, as far as I know. I haven't figured out how to change it yet. But on the instrument cluster here, notice the left area changed to a navigation, and this map is not north up. I don't know what that's called. Basically, it rotates the map according to the direction that you're driving. So I guess it's forward-looking map, and this one is north up. So between the two, you always know where you are. It is turn by turn, voice prompted. It works very well. I used it a couple of times, and it works pretty well. So all the Google Map, Google Navigation features, you can expect the same thing here. Energy control shows you how much energy the car has used in the last 5 miles, 15 miles, or 30 miles. Now the little peaks of the energy drawing or diagram is when I had a little fun, and you can see sharp shootouts, and that's when I punch the go pedal. It's really not a gas pedal in this car because it doesn't have gas. So the go pedal or the accelerator pedal, the thing just takes off. Okay, and I'll review driving dynamics in a separate video. You can see your average range versus instant range. There's a little difference. Average range is based on your driving over the past 30 miles. it shows you I can go 159 miles at, if I keep driving the way that I have been driving over the last 30 miles. My average energy consumption is 359 watts-hour per mile, which means it costs me about 1 kilowatt for every 3 miles. Okay, 1 kilowatt is about, I think, 10 or 11 cents in my area. So let's say, so a third of that, so it costs me about 3 to 4 cents per mile to drive this car. Okay, and there's no oil change, there's no other maintenance, so electricity is really all that I use in this car. Okay, 3 cents per mile. That's pretty awesome. The web browser I already showed you. Camera. This camera is an HD camera. I think it's a 720p. It certainly looks very HD. The nice thing about this camera is even when you're driving, this camera can be left on. So when you're driving the car, this will continuously show you what's behind you. You can read the car behind you. You can read their license plate if you want. Anyway, that's pretty cool. It doesn't sound like it matters, but when you actually turn this on and when you're driving, it's a pretty awesome view. The phone, you have this is the address book came in. This is all via Bluetooth. I guess it just everything came in like that. Have the big dialer like this. You can call from the car directly. For any of these icons except the camera, if you touch it twice, it's going to expand your screen from the half view to the full view. Okay, so you can switch between the two views. You can have one app take up the entire screen, or you can have two of them running at the same time. If you do have two of them running at the same time, this little arrow here will switch the screen, the top and lower sections of the screen. There's also this little icon right here. If you touch that, it's also going to expand the view to take up the entire screen. Now the entire screen really stops here. Okay, this top navigation bar and the bottom climate control bars, those two bars never change. Okay, so the usable area is just within the center area right here, which is a very nice, very well laid out. Layout. It is very, very well done layout, because I found that these are the ones at the top and the bottom are the ones that you access the most frequently, and by placing them on around the edge, when you go touch something, if you have to touch something in the middle freehand, when you're driving, it's kind of difficult. You press the wrong buttons and stuff, and that's why you can see the buttons are pretty large. But even so, it's a lot easier when you can rest your hand somewhere and then push the button. It's a lot easier when when your buttons are kind of done around the edges. It's much easier. You have some leverage and kind of place to hold on to. The bottom here, let me show you. We'll click on Controls. Here you can control a lot of the settings of the car during the drive. So you can set your steering mode to Comfort, which is very light feel. For me, it's a little too light. The standard is what I like. Sport is very tight. Okay, and then it feels a little heavy for me when you make tight turns. The regenerative braking basically charges your car when the car is coasting. I set it on low because it's more like a conventional car. If you set it to standard, you can definitely feel the regen, and it slows the car down quite a bit when you let go of the accelerator. The creep mode, I turned it off. This creep mode basically will keep the car moving at a very slow speed when you let go of the brake. Okay, so it simulates a conventional car. I want to experience the electric car experience, so I turned it off. Anyway, trip odometer, you can just pretty standard. You can set a lot of different settings here. I basically set it right when I took delivery. So far I have driven 581 miles on here, and my total mileage is 591 for the entire car. Displays, you can change your brightness for the display. You can turn on the emergency brakes from here. There's no hard brakes that you need to pull or step on. This is where you do it. Okay, you can also do it by clicking twice on this button. The park button, click twice will engage the parking brakes. So down here, you can open the trunk. You can open you can basically unlock the car, open all the doors, the charging port. Control your lighting here. The dome lighting is basically the interior lighting for the car. I have it on auto, so it automatically turns on at night. DRL, daytime running lights, you can turn it on or off manually. And then the headlights, I have that set on auto as well. The ambient lights are the lights that control, you can turn it on and off. It's basically the lights under the handle here, or some other miscellaneous lights like that. Under settings, let's see what's under settings. So you have apps. These are the currently available apps. I heard that Tesla is making more apps, and then the apps will be downloadable to the car as they become available. Driver profile, we kind of took a look at that. You can every time you change your any of the settings, motorized settings, like the steering wheel or the seat, it's going to ask you, do you want to save or restore the profile. For example, if I move my seat forward a little bit, instantaneously this little menu comes up. In case you prefer the new setting, you can just save it. There's a lot of advantages, obviously, with this touch screen. Everything is very intuitive. Then let's see, units. You can set your preferences here. Vehicle, you have more controls here. One of the things, a lot of these things are pretty standard, like drive away. When you leave the car, there's no lock button. You don't really need to press any buttons. The car knows you left. Then it's going to lock the doors. I'm sorry, that was a walk-away door lock. The drive-away door lock is when your car approaches 5 miles per hour, it automatically locks all the doors. Child protection lock, if that's turned on, you can't open the doors from the inside of the car or the trunk from the inside of the car. Auto present handles, this is really cool. When you have the key in your pocket, you approach the car, the door handles will automatically come out for you. That's part of the tech package. Without the tech package, it's going to you would have to press on the handles for them to pop out. The mirrors auto tilt, alarm, lights, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff is all pretty standard. You can turn on the car from inside the car whether you want a mobile app to be accessible or not. Home link, you can add additional links. I think that they said you can only add 3. And you really, I think you should be able to add more. It's all software, why not add more if you need. Charging here, this basically brings up the same screen as when you touch the battery. Gives you the charging status of the car. Okay, the buttons down below, okay? Climate control, you have heated seats. There are 3 different levels. You touch it to change 3, 2, 1, turn it off. You can control your temperature here. Your front and rear defrosters. You can touch that to bring up this screen. You can turn the AC on, off, auto, or you can turn fresh air or recirculate air. Here you can designate where you want the air to come from. Now, this is really cool. I really like this a lot because with a lot of the conventional cars you have this mode button. Okay, like on the Infinity you have mode, and you only have a few modes to select from. You can either run the air from below to your face or up, but you can't really do them all at the same time, even if you want to. But here you can mix and match. You can do whatever you want. You can do one or both or all 3 or however you like to arrange the air. And I think that's a really cool feature. All cars ought to be like that. The fan. You can slide the fan like this to control the fan speed. You can also control the fan speed by using the scroll wheel here. Okay, so if I click on it and then I can control the fan speed, I can turn it up and down. Of course, all the settings are synchronized. Now, the fan speed, it goes to 11. Okay, I think this is from the movie. This is Spinal Taps, where these go to 11, and I really like that. Not only does the fan speed go to 11, the audio control also goes to 11. Now, why don't they make 10 louder? I don't know, but that's kind of a funny movie line that we use at the office all the time. These go to 11. Okay, climate control, if you touch this button, it's going to turn it off. And the reason is, especially when you're low on the range, you want to turn climate control off because that's a big energy consumption source right there. Here you have the, the heated seats here as well. So, I think that is the big 17-inch infotainment system in the Tesla Model S. I hope you enjoy the video. This is I think a pretty detailed review of it. There may be still features in this car that I haven't covered, only because I have only been driving it for about a week and a half. I'm kind of discovering little new things every day. So hopefully this gives you a good overview without actually having the car. And in the next video, I'm going to review driving dynamics. And trust me, it drives awesome. Hope you liked the video, and see you next time.